Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of Venom players recently just like they're just either feeding the team and dying instantly, or when they dive the backline or whatever, they just can't get a kill and they still end up dying, or they manage to get out, but they need heals and it takes forever to heal him because he's at like 1 HP. So I'm gonna show you guys how to properly maximize your damage as Venom, because a lot of people just don't use him, especially his ult. I'll get into that in a minute, but I haven't seen one Venom player use his ult properly. But so first, I want to get into just the damage overall, because Venom's a very simple character, very easy to play, understand, great like beginner character to really get into. But so his primary fire is his four little like tentacles, like he throws out they do okay damage, not bad, right?
Double kill!
But what a lot of people don't know is you can throw in a melee. Does more damage that way. You know, like two shot right there. Like without meleeing at all, doesn't matter how close I am to him.
Double kill!
Like, depends if you get all headshots or not. 2 shot, 3 shot, right? But it takes a while for like
wow, 4 in a row! 5! That's
and also,
amazing!
realistically, they're not going to be standing still like this, right? They're going to be moving left and right, jumping. You're not going to hit every single shot. So throwing them up front is very good. Like, I almost one-shot him. Like, look at that. The damage is insane. But there is a specific way you have to do it, though. It's all visual, because you can melee as soon as you fire, but you won't be getting maximum damage out of it. Because when you fire, right, you get 4, like, tentacles. Okay? I don't know how else to call them, so that's what we're calling them. So when you fire, 4 come out. But if you melee too early, it stops at 1, stops at 2. So you kind of have to wait, like kind of like a second or so, right? Or until you see basically like the top 2 come out. Then just like kind of melee at the end, so you get 4, you get 3. You're getting more damage, because if you just come up to them and then fire a melee, like it'd be better just to only fire and not melee. But if you wait a second and wait for all of Venom's tentacles to come out, like I almost just one-shot this guy.
That was fun.
Right, without meleeing, only does half his health, and also the range. So a lot of people don't realize about Venom is his range is pretty decent. From 10 meters out, you can still hit. You don't have to be right up in their face. It still does the same amount of damage as it does up close, right? Like 15 meters out, you're not gonna hit them. They're not that long. About like 13 meters out or so, you can hit them. It's a pretty decent range, and a lot of people don't use that. It's like, yeah, Venom's very close and personal kind of character, right? He dive bombs, and then he kind of gets up in their face. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. But you don't always have to do that, all the time. And his L2 ability, anytime you press it when you're near a group of people, you'll latch onto them, and then in a few seconds it'll explode, doing I believe 90 damage to him, which is pretty good amount of damage. All you have to do is just press one button when you're close to him. As long as they don't get too far away or you get too far away, you won't break off of them. So as you're latched onto them, you can attack and melee, right? Because like I said, they're gonna be moving around. It's not every single tentacle of yours is gonna hit, right? Which they should, it would feel like they should, but they don't know. They're rocking back and forth. Only, okay, now I'm just missing like one hit right there. I'm not hitting all four, right? And as you can tell, when you look at it, when I hit them and make contact, it does damage separately. You can see it tick down 4 different times. So, adding your melee in the middle of your normal primary fire, especially when you're latched onto him, is very good. First, this is a very big setting, and if you play Venom, or even Spider-Man, because these two characters, you want this setting off. Very important. So if you go to their Pacific setting, not just like all heroes, so you just click your like the hero tab, and you select Venom at the bottom here, or Spider-Man, whichever one you play. I would do this for both of them, so just in case you want to try both of them out, But it's easy swing. You want this turned off. What easy swing does is it's turned on by default, but so I don't have to look at anything, and it'll just naturally grab whatever is closest to me, whatever ledge. Right, so it'll most likely like grab this right above me, right, the wall or ceiling or whatever. But with it turned off, I will have to like manually look where I want to swing. But what makes it really good too is if someone's like kind of getting away, trying to like flee and they're low and you're chasing, or you're kind of low, you want to get back to the team or something real quick or whatever. If you have the setting turned off, if you're just looking at the ground and you'll grapple, you just go forward. You would never be able to do that if you have that setting turned on. You just won't. And you just have more control. So I can just swing onto a wall,
Like lambs to the
I could swing off of anything. The very bottom will post. It'll pull me. So I would definitely recommend like turning your sense up a little bit, so you can kind of look around a little quicker, so you can quickly grab onto things. But with Venom, I'm kind of fine with my sense. I don't really need high sense. I don't really use it, since I'm not swinging around very often. It's on it goes on a cooldown after you use it once. So on how to dive bomb properly, then, so you want to look for their backline, right? Their healers, any DPS maybe that's just solo, like a Hawkeye up, on a platform by himself, isolated from his team. You want to dive that guy. You want to focus them. The weakest link, someone isolated by himself, is going to have no support healing him, or just support in general from his team, covering, helping him, shooting at you, right? By the time they have to turn around, you've either killed him by now, or he's incredibly low, and you're probably kill him anyway, but by the time they do anything to you. So, you're going to swing over, dive, and then press your L to the left hand who is near you, and then just match your hit, and then melee at the same time. And you just do so much damage that way. But with dive bombing, is the alt. Don't just pop the alt to pop it, right? Oh, the whole, their whole team's grouped up together. Let's just pop the alt. Don't do that. That's just a bad thing. Because the thing with the alt, what I like to do, you know, people, isolate off by themselves, or the healers in the back, is I'll swing up, I'll dive, and as soon as you dive, you can instantly pop the alt, and it almost kills them. Two melees, which means you can
Double
quickly
kill.
primary fire in melee, which would usually cancel, right? So I'm gonna get them low again, because if you fire and melee at the same time, it cancels really quickly, so you don't get maximum potential for damage. Yeah, that's how I messed up there, but that's fine. So this low, I cancel it. And I'm like still gonna one-shot them basically. So it's using your alt to dive somebody is like very good to do, and it adds so much pressure onto them. They're trying to survive. They're not trying to do damage to you, stun you, whatever. They're trying to get away from you and make space so they don't die. Right, so you can swing over. Flash on to them, whatever.
Double kill.
But another really big thing, which a lot of people yet don't use right, is his shield ability. So I have to take some damage here. But the shield ability gives you basically full HP. So when you're diving people, and they're obviously gonna be doing damage to you, especially if it's like a Hawkeye Hella, you're gonna take a lot of damage. So what this does, right? I'm down to 200. I press R1, 900 HP. You wanna pop. You wanna use R1 basically when you're like one shot, when you're incredibly low. Right? Like, yeah, you can pop it when you're full HP, but it only gave me 100 more shield. That's pretty useless. But if they get me down to 200, 100 HP, I pop it, I'm now up to 900 health. Right? Which I don't see a lot of people use properly, because like, with diving, right? All of his abilities, even his ultimate, are all kind of set around diving the team, right? So you swing, dive in, two, just do damage, they get you low, pop your shield. Usually you don't have to pop it very quickly. You can just get in there, do some damage, wait until you take damage. Like, you want to get low, you can pop it, and by the time you have to pop your shield, you'll have your web back, and then you can just grab the ground and get right back to your team. Which is also why having easy swing off is so good. Because if I get into the enemy team, and I'm taking all this damage, right? I'm doing damage, I get a kill or two, maybe I don't, maybe I should get at least a kill if I'm diving, whatever. I get low, I pop my shield, quickly turn around, grab the ground, and fly right back into my team, get fully healed, reset, and re-dive the backline. Just keep putting pressure on the healers, or the people that are like off on their own, right? Hella, Hawkeye, a magic on the flank, just waiting around a wall like a little rat. You just want to put pressure on them, force them into a bad spot, force them away from the team. The healers are focused on you, not their teammates healing, or their one DPS, is either dead, or he's not providing any value to the actual team because he's in a 1v1, and maybe he's taking, attention off of one of the healers or both because they're trying to heal him so he doesn't die, Venom's kind of like he distracts the team. He takes the aggro and just distracts. But a lot of people run Mantis and
Like lambs
Luna
to the
Snow,
slaughter.
and they both can stun you. And if they're really good at the game, and they kind of understand how it works, especially if and they're in a group, what they'll do is they'll purposely get you low, right? Because they know you're gonna pop your shield anyway. That's what all Venoms do. That's what you have to do. That's what the ability's meant for. You get low, you repop it, full HP, you get out, right? So what they'll do is they'll get you low enough and then stun you as soon as you're about to pop your shield. So now you're low HP, you're frozen, you can't move, or stunned, and they can just instantly kill you now. So you always want to be careful. You don't want to dive bomb both of them. Maybe one of them because they're not going to be able to kill you on their own. And if they use their, you know,
Like lambs
stun
to
too
the slaughter.
early, they're not going to have it for when you actually do get low. And if they do get you somewhat low, you know, you can just pop your shield early, kill them because they stun you. You still have your shield. It's not like it instantly disappears. You know, and then you get unfrozen, swing back to your team, or just pop it early, then get out. Right? Maybe you don't want to fully focus that. But yeah, so you know, if this kind of helped you kind of, you know, figure out how to use Venom a little bit more properly, or you know, you learn a few new things, you know, on, you know, whether or not how far you can hit with your primary fire, meleeing after firing, and that it cancels it too. So you wanna instantly you know spam melee as soon as you're firing because you're not gonna do much, you know,
Fresh meat.
the most damage, or how the alt kind of is meant to be used, or you know whatever. Whether or not I helped you learn the character or understand how his abilities work or how to use them properly, you know, just make sure to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.